844-8304. A new study shows that while Floridians want to conserve water, it's hard to bring them to action, especially if that means giving up some time in the shower. The University of Florida just published a study on people's attitudes on conservation. 90% say they would wait to run the washing machine until it's full. 54% would install water-saving shower heads, but only 29% would use a shower timer. The study comes as many areas are working to figure out new sources of water as the Floridian aquifer gets lower and lower. Also in the news, a Kentucky pastor is dead after being bit by a snake. Jamie Coots was featured in a National Geographic show on serpent-handling preachers, and police say he refused to be treated for the bite. On the show, the Pentecostal preacher said he believes that a snake bite will not hurt you as long as you are anointed by God. His son said his father had been bitten 8 times before, so he wasn't worried about this bite.
I thought, well, it's like every other service. You know, somebody got bit, we're going to go home. They're going to suffer. Anytime you lose your daddy or mommy, you never see it coming.
Now, Coots was a third-generation snake handler and hoped to one day pass the practice down to Cody. A Wisconsin dad wants answers after his 4-year-old daughter was left on a school bus not once, but twice by the same driver. He says he didn't even know about the first incident until she told him about it. She says she fell asleep on the bus, then woke up in a stranger's driveway. The first time was back in November. The latest incident happened last week. The superintendent says the driver is supposed to clear the bus before leaving school property.
This particular individual is not going to ever drive any of our school district's bus routes again. So in neither case was the child alone on the bus, but that's still the bus should not have left here with the child asleep on it.
The dad says the school bus driver who works for the contracted transport company hasn't been fired or disciplined. The transport company refused to comment on the story. And banks are cleared to do business with authorized marijuana retailers. The federal government just released guidelines for transactions. Mainly, they must work with law enforcement to report any suspicious activity. Industry advocates say it's a step in the right direction, but many banks say it puts a heavy burden on them to control their customers' activities, which no bank can comply with. A giant cat is winning over hearts across the country. Find out just how big Pickles measures in at. Still ahead. And the effects of bullying could leave scars beyond what researchers previously thought. What a new study is revealing about psychological trauma after the break.
Frankie, come see my brother at March Motor.